So, this video doesn't have a script. I've been struggling with writing this video for a couple weeks, and I finally hit a point where I'm just going to talk about it. And hopefully, it'll come together in the edit, or if there's no edits, we'll see how this goes. But it's a way of thinking that has gotten me to reassess my choices and how I want to accomplish my goals, I suppose. It's about how my present self exists, right? Clearly. Um, but my past self does not exist anymore, and my future self doesn't exist yet. And that my past self has gotten me to this point in the present, right? And I owe it to my future self to set him up for when it's his present, to where he can live the life that we all want. We, as in my past, present, and future self. And the goals us three share. And I feel like I owe it to him, right? He's not a person who exists yet. I exist right now, and my past self no longer exists. And I'm thankful to my past self for getting me to my current position, because currently I love my life, but I'm not at the point where I can obtain my real long-term goals at the moment right now. And I'm thankful to him for setting me up to where I'm at, so that I can then return the favor to my future self and every instance of my future self, to keep setting them up step by step to the point where they are proud of the choices that my past selves have made. I don't want to be disappointed in myself in the future, looking at my past selves, thinking about how they could have done better, right? I want to live in the present, doing the best that I can. And I will falter every once in a while, of course. That's bound to happen. But I don't want my future self to look back at me in the present and think that he didn't do enough. It's odd. It's almost like, hmm, my past self has already existed and he cannot observe and experience the things that my future self aspires to do, right? My long-term goals cannot be experienced by my past self or myself right now. The self right now that is being captured on video will never experience what it's like to be 40 years old, right? That's for someone else. That's for future me, right? And this video is just a capsulation of my present self. Where am I going with this? I want my future self to be grateful for his past because I'm grateful for my past, I guess, is the crux of this. I don't want to be disappointed in myself. Period. I want to work on the things that will make my future life better. Maybe not easier. Easier as in I'm chasing my goals easier because I have less hurdles, because I'm taking care of them step by step in the present to make my future self, to set him up for the goals that he wants to obtain. I'm doing my part. And I suppose it's odd to think of myself as three separate entities, one that exists, one and two that don't, but it's what's been working for me. It makes me think about my choices more often. It makes me think about the man I want to be, the man who I was, and the man who I am. And my soundproofing is falling off the wall right now. I just taped up a blanket over my door. My past self did a poor job, and now I'm reaping the consequences. But that's okay. My past self is allowed to make mistakes. My present self is allowed to make mistakes. And I'm sure my future self is allowed to make mistakes soon. As long as we have the goal in mind, we have the aspiration of being a better person, the aspiration of making other people's lives better, the aspiration of making the people I care about feel loved and appreciated. I just have to live my life day by day, exclusively as my present self, appreciating my past self for everything that he's done, financially, educationally, and then my future self, I just hope he appreciates what we're doing as well. Because when it's his turn, he'll be in the same position I'm in currently as the present self.